Hi everybody, I'm Brian McKay, the creator of Pocket Paragons. Joining me today is...
Nick Rosner, lead playtester for Pocket Paragons.
Yeah, so today we've got a special thing here. These are 6 characters that you probably haven't seen before.
Ooh.
I designed these characters as part of a secret project we did with a VR game called Hands on Deck. It's a pirate-themed VR game that may or may not be coming out in the future. But these are 6 original characters that we created for that game. We have 2 different crews of pirates. We have the Burgundy Pirates and the Blue Pirates. They each have what's that?
The Navy Pirates.
The Navy Blue Pirates. That's right. That's what they were called. They each have a captain, a first mate, and a giant sea monster that kind of is their mascot, their spirit animal. Mm-hmm. The Burgundy Pirates are all very aggressive, and the Navy Blue Pirates are all more controlling. And they each represent the 2 major ways to win in Pocket Paragons. The Red Pirates win through damage, and the Blue Pirates try to execute you by taking away your cards.
Right.
The captains are very simple characters. They're very straightforward. These are the characters that are designed to introduce new potential players to Pocket Paragons in the VR game. But simple doesn't mean weak. I mean, Mari, for example, here has an ultimate that does 5 damage, and nothing else. It's not very complicated, but it can still be pretty powerful.
That's huge.
It's
a ton of damage.
It's half your health. Malakos, his ultimate, forces your opponent to exhaust 2 abilities. You can really catch someone off guard and leave them with no cards in hand and get a guaranteed execute if you shipwreck them at the right time. And the rest of his kit plays into that as well. Kaylee, he is a very high-risk, high-reward character. He can hit you for 4 damage on one of his regular abilities, but if it gets blocked or countered, he hurts himself for 4 instead. A lot of his cards play into very conditional things, but when they go off, he can kill you very fast. Elistara has a passive where she can exhaust the cards from her hand to force the opponent to exhaust the matching cards from their hands. So she's very good at controlling what the opponent can play. All of her cards, her basic 3 cards, each say if your opponent plays the symbol that matches her ability next round, they take 4 unblockable damage. So kind of cornering which cards they can play and forcing them into a bad spot is her cup of tea. The sea monsters are the 3-star characters, and they are very, very strange designs. Noodles is a giant octopus, and because he's a giant octopus, he has 8 tentacles. He uses his tentacles to power up his abilities if he has them, or if he chooses to spend them to do things. He has to manage his tentacles. He gets some of them back when he rests, but not all of them. And then finally, Omnis is the ultimate controlling character. His ultimate forces your opponent to play their ability face up before you choose yours on the next round.
Yeah.
And to punish that, his cards are very, very good when they counter things. For example, this one has Super Pierce, which is a modified version of the regular Pierce keyword. Mm-hmm. This one has Super Stun, which can force them to exhaust 2 cards if you counter. And this is Super Vicious, where it deals triple damage if you counter the enemy's card.
Does he also have an execute as well?
He also has an execute. I mean, everybody has an execute,
right.
But if they play their rest into it, then that's an easy win for him. So Nick and I are going to play 3 games, one with each pairing of these pirates and their sea monsters. So first off, I'll be playing Malakos, the Mad Captain. And Nick will be playing...
Mari Sea's Charm.
Yeah.
So, like Brian said, Mari is a little straightforward, but sort of like the Ryu-type characters are still have a lot of complexity to them when you play them. So, right off the bat, right here she has a standard 1 damage, a little low, and it's vulnerable, which means that if it's countered, it gets exhausted. It's obviously quite weak there. However, when it hits, it readies. And that any cards that ready are like amazing because card advantage just kind of pops up. On a basic level, it just goes back to your hand, which is nice. But just getting a little bit of card advantage when you counter them normally, you lose your card, they keep their card. This kind of evens the playing field, or in your favor rather.
Yeah, and it's a parrot. They just keep squawking until you shut it up.
Exactly. The next one is Captain's Orders. 2 damage on that one, and on a hit, instead of dealing damage, you may choose to gain 1 energy instead. Choice cards are not super common in the game, and I think they're definitely very powerful because most of the time, the way the cards resolve, it really has to do with the matchup, and there isn't too much choice afterwards. So when you get a choice, it's very good. And yeah, I mean, 2 damage is great, but getting energy is also great too.
Yeah.
And you could still potentially counter them.
It's true.
And get double energy.
I mean, you do have a very, very powerful ultimate that, rushing towards is, it could be worth it.
Exactly. For her, how do you even say that? Keel haul?
Keel haul. Keel hauling is when they used to, if you were a traitor or a bad pirate or whatever, I think they would tie you to a rope and throw you off the back of the ship so that your body would scrape against the barnacles on the bottom of the ship.
Oh, cleaning.
It would definitely kill you. It was a very, very vicious practice.
Okay.
Hence why...
Worth 2 damage.
And a vicious keyword.
Yeah, vicious keyword. Nice. So anyway, with vicious, when you counter the enemy ability, deals double damage, so that 2 turns into a 4. Obviously,
ouch.
Hitting the 4s is big. 4 is usually a pretty topping number there. For defense, standard block with heal, which is nice. Rest is the same. Her blunderbuss is a standard execute with no effect on it, but I think that's fine because she has plenty of other aggressive tools there. And finally, the star of the show here is her walk the plank. I've heard that phrase before. I know what that one is.
We're hitting all the best pirate tropes.
Anyway, it's just like her. It's a standard 5 damage, store the ability, 3 energy to get there, which you can get easily off of some other stuff. 5 damage is huge. I think it's probably some of the top damage that you can get in the game.
I think so. I don't think anything else hits for 5.
Yeah.
So without a bunch of asterisks and conditions on it. And this is just, hey,
it's just 5.
Get 3 energy and then take half their health off.
Exactly. It's fun. I like these standard big hits. So she's, I mean, maybe she's a 1-star character, easy to understand, but I think there's plenty of room for some interesting play on that. So that's Marty.
Absolutely. So next we're going to go to Malakos, the Mad Captain. We'll do his ultimate first. I think I touched on it a second ago, but it's another 3 energy ultimate that forces your enemy to exhaust 2 abilities. You can't defend against it. It's not a hit effect or anything like that. You just play it, and then they've lost that. So, if you play this and they only have 3 cards left in their hand, well, oops, now they only have 1 card left in their hand, and you get to execute them.
Right.
So knowing you're not safe at 3 cards left in your hand means you want to rest earlier.
Right.
Which means that I'm opening up opportunities to execute you even without playing my ultimate.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind of what he's based around. The rest of his kit wants to have a longer game so that he can take advantage of this. Mm-hmm. So his light up a cigar heals him. Don't smoke, kids. But it's not good for your health, except in a fantasy world. Drink the seawater is a standard 1 damage, and your enemy must exhaust an ability.
Always good.
Yeah. He has a reasonably hard hitting ability here with Fire the Cannons, although it is vulnerable. So if he gets countered, he loses this card. Although it also has Swift, which means if he counters your card, he gets it back and can play it twice in a row.
Nice.
So playing a 3 damage attack twice in a row, if the stars line up for you, can be pretty powerful.
Right. Plus the card advantage.
And having more cards, especially when you want to run your opponent out of options, is a good game plan.
Right.
He also has a standard 1 damage weapon with no effect, a block that heals for 1, and a standard rest. So these are the same as yours, and then these are something else. All right.
So who goes first? I always tell that joke.
Nice joke.
All right,
Nick Rosner.
Aha!
We hit each other.
Well, I could choose to gain the energy instead.
That's true. Either way, you're taking 3. So, and then you need to decide if I'm taking 2 or if you're gaining 1 energy.
I think I'm getting 1 energy.
All right. So you taking the energy there makes me think that you wanted to bum rush the walk the plank ultimate. So I thought you were going to try to go for captain's orders into rest into captain's orders.
Right, which would have been fine. And you generally would have been right many times, but today I decided to defend instead in case you thought I would do that.
And so you get to live another day. So my 1 damage is blocked, and that means you get to heal 1.
Okay.
All right.
I
thought you were going to rest, so I took the opportunity to do it myself. It wasn't a good opportunity for me to play a card that would make you exhaust an ability, because if you're resting, then that's bad.
What's the point?
And defend isn't great against that either.
Right.
So I decided to risk it and
and the
try to squeeze in a free rest myself.
Fair. That's exactly. I figured you might do that. Resting at this opportunity is good for me because right off the bat, the weapon's gone. That's always a good time to think about that.
Yeah.
2 cards down, it pulls me back in. If you hit me, it's still early in the game, so I'm not really taking. It's not a big deal for me to take that much damage.
Yeah.
I did think you might rest as a result, and I considered doing the weapon, but if I did do that and you didn't rest, like we're in a bad place. So
yeah. So we each gain 1 energy, and we get our cards back. I'm at 1 energy. I'm also a 3 energy ultimate.
Right, but it passes.
But I only have 1.
Got it.
And you're already 2/3 of the way there.
Yes.
Very rude.
Oh.
Her weapon was originally, I had concepted it as a hook hand. And then the art came back and she didn't have a hook hand, so I had to change it to her gun, which she has in her.
Sometimes she's got a secret bonus hook.
She was just all the pirate tropes crammed into one character.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Surprising.
So we each hit each other for 1.
Yep.
So you get this back, and you must also exhaust an ability.
Okay. Get it back. I get to obviously choose what I'm going to exhaust.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Keel haul.
No keel hauling. I guess it's because it counters the thing that it can't counter anymore.
Exactly. And while it's still good,
yeah.
I mean, of all my choices, that's the one that's the least effective against you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't think you would actually go for the rest.
Yeah.
All right.
So I take my 1
Yep.
from your squawking parrot.
And it continues to
I get my 2nd energy, and I take my cards back.
All right.
The parrot continues to squawk.
Can't stop squawking.
Can't stop squawking. Does he do it again? Is he crazy?
Or does he finally?
Does he
Fifth
finally?
turn rest.
Alright, so I've blocked your parrot.
Yep.
And it's a hit effect, so you don't get it back.
Yep.
And since I blocked damage, I'm going to heal 1. Goodbye. Goodbye, parrot. I didn't know for sure if you were going to do it again, but I figured this was a safe play against pretty much anything you had.
Right.
Except for rest, which would have been pretty good.
Would have been a good move, but I didn't have the guts.
It's alright.
I didn't have the guts to do it.
I believe in you. Oh, okay. You've blocked me, so you don't have to exhaust an ability.
Right. I heal 1.
Nice. So let's see. You have your intelligence, your weapon, and your rest left over. Okay. I like to tell my opponent what cards they have in their hand.
Oh yeah.
Because it makes them nervous and rethink what they.
Makes them think you know exactly what their effects are.
Yeah, you can often talk people into playing a certain way.
That's true.
Like, wow, you only have 3 cards left in your hand. You better rest.
I mean, it's a mental game. It really is a mental game.
It is. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna.
We book each other again with intelligence. So
I'll take the 3.
you'll take the 3, and then you let me know what I'm taking over here. Oh,
You won't take any damage.
He's doing it. He's gonna possibly make me walk. And here I am with my defend in my discard pile, like a fool.
Haha! Fool.
But now we're both down to 3 cards in hand
Mm-hmm.
because you picked up 1
Right.
through the power of Captain's orders.
Which was essentially, just to explain my thought process, I'm down to 3. I'll exchange it so I actually am at the same level as you, so to speak.
No, that's an excellent choice. The sticky situation here is that I'm staring at a 5 damage hanging over my head that there's nothing I can do about.
Mm-hmm.
But that would also put you very low on cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't afford to take the 5.
It's true.
But I'm also at 3 cards myself, so it's a very precarious situation.
It is. Even at half cards, it's already danger zone.
Yeah. I think you're playing weapon here, so I'm gonna play as this. And let's see how right I was.
Okay.
I was right.
You're right.
So we both hit each other for 1.
Okay.
But my hit effect, I get to heal that 1 back, so I'll just wiggle jiggle that cube a little bit.
And now we've arrived.
Well, you're holding 5 damage and a rest. I'm holding rest and infinite damage, theoretically.
Right.
So it's a tricky situation.
You had weapon and rest, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A good choice from you. Ouch. Go down to 4.
Okay.
Did you take you? You did take
I just took
okay.
that. All right. This gets stored.
Lose all your energy. Yep.
All right.
Gee, I wonder what we're playing this time.
We should explain that I will actually explain my thought process there. Looking at it, I thought, okay, 50-50. If I play the rest first, I stand to lose. I stand to lose, of course. My thought process, if I can remember correctly, is that if resting last is like crazy, but if I do this first, yes, it won't kill you, but you also can't kill me.
Right.
And I thought maybe you'd think that, well, I'd want to play this first because, you're going to get me into kill radius. Like, I thought you might play the rest.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
In a situation where we each only have 2 cards in our hand, it's probably the most complicated part of the game.
It really is. I can't even think of my thought process.
Wow.
It was going all over the place. But anyway.
All right. Well, we both rested. We both get these back. However, that's my 3rd energy, so I get my ultimate back.
Okay. Is it a passive or
no? I play it to make you exhaust 2 cards,
and it banishes once you play it.
Yeah. So being able to play a 3 energy ultimate twice in a game is kind of out there, but no, it banishes itself instead of storing itself.
And I did gain 1 energy from the rest, so
that's correct.
All right. Low health. You're at 4.
Yes, and you're at 3.
Okay.
All right. So, I know you're under the pressure of my 3 damage intelligence ability, which is why I thought you would play your agility ability.
Yep.
Which is why I played my strength ability.
There you go. Perfect.
So mine has stun. Also, yours has vulnerable. So yours is exhausted.
Okay.
You'll take 1, and I will heal myself 1.
Excellent.
For me.
Perfectly. It's funny. In a full hand versus full hand, you knew exactly what I was going to play.
But when it was just down to 2 cards,
no idea.
No clue. But now you're still under the gun of well, not a gun, a cannon, 5 cannons. It's interesting to look that because you're under the pressure, it leads you into more specific play patterns.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
I banish this ability, and you must exhaust 2 abilities of your choice.
Okay.
And then you let me know if I'm taking 2 damage or if you're getting an energy.
2 damage will bring you down to 3.
Yes, I'm at 5 right now.
Okay. I will choose to gain the energy.
Okay.
And I will exhaust.
I thought you were going to defend, which is why I played the thing that goes through defense, but...
Yeah, that was my thought process too. I figured... You have the leniency or the sort of the
I have the time. I have the hit points.
You have the hit points to just do it now and close it. It was a matter of, are you going to kill or just close it?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, this is a really tough choice here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't discard my rest because it has a sacred keyword, which means it just can't go away. Let's go ahead and dump these 2.
Okay, so you have your defend and your rest left over.
Yep.
I think that's a good choice on your part.
Yeah. Well, it seems like the best I can do at this point because I can't guarantee I'm going to counter any of your moves, and you're going to know why I can play to counter it anyway.
Yeah. I think I've still got you backed into a corner here.
I think so too.
Because I played this. And that's fine. You block my weapon and heal 1.
I do heal it.
But then I get to play 3 damage on your rest turn.
Yep. That's
yeah.
Okay.
A good first game.
Yeah. Not too bad.
All right, let's move on to the first mates.